That's it?
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning Somewhere!
for August 13th, 2026. My name is Burnie Burns, sitting right over there. She got a total eclipse of the heart. It's Ashley Burns. Say hi to Ashley, everybody.
Well, gotta see an eclipse somewhere, am I right?
Listen, I want to start off because I'm sure everyone is curious. No, we did not find the eclipse glasses.
We still haven't found. You know what's gonna happen?
I bought them a week before the eclipse. I was even messaging my friends, telling them, "Hey, just so you'll be ready for."
No, the thing is, they're gonna turn up too because we lose stuff a lot, but everything turns up eventually.
We misplace stuff a lot. We don't lose anything ever. I can't remember the last thing that I lost. One of the big things is we have for all of our power tools. Because when I got to come to the UK, I completely changed my power tools. I have 5 batteries across all my power tools, and they just disappear, and then we always find.
But they always come back. They find their way home again. So in a month, we're gonna be going through and tidying something, and we're just gonna pick up these glasses and go, son of a bitch.
You know what's gonna be the problem, Ash? Here's gonna be the problem with these glasses. We're gonna find them, right?
Right.
And we've already wasted the money.
And then we're gonna be mad about it.
But I'm gonna say, okay, well, let's just throw these out. And someone's gonna say, well, there is gonna be another solar eclipse at some point, so let's just hold these glasses. For what, 40 years? When is the next solar eclipse in Scotland?
I'll look it up because I thought I saw something that the next one is going to be 2090, the one that's at this level. So we're going to be holding on to those. We're going to be handing those down as a family heirloom, and our grandchildren's grandchildren will one day get to experience an eclipse.
No, what they'll do is,
assuming it's sunny out,
they'll pull out the package and they'll go, this is what they use to protect their eyes. No wonder they all went insane staring at the sun the whole time. So yesterday we went on a road trip. We went down to pretty far down. We went to the middle of England. We went by Manchester. And
I have the data for you. Do you want to hear this?
Yes, what is it?
Okay, so there's another deep partial solar eclipse in 2050, but it's going to be less full than this one, 80%.
Oh, that's only 24 years for
a deeper partial eclipse will be in September 3rd, 2081.
2081.
And then the next full eclipse will happen in 2090.
That just sounds like we have 3 opportunities over the next, 60 years to lose more packages of solar eclipse glasses.
I have faith in us. I think we can do it.
We should place bets on where we're going to find these and when they're going to find them. Yeah.
I think they're in the closet somewhere.
I think they are too. I think
they have to be.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think they're in the mailbox is what I think they're in. And I think you saw them. And Ashley, I have to point this out. Comments are saying Ashley thinks she saw those glasses, but she didn't see them. I kind of agree with that.
Well, it was either a flat, one of those flat brown paper envelopes, or it was a very thin box that was otherwise the shape of an envelope.
Oh, one of those little flat pack Amazon boxes. Yeah, they weren't protecting those little cardboard glasses, I think. Well,
because I think it's they fold they're probably flat glasses. And you fold the ears over, that kind of thing.
So we were on the road, and Scottish road trips are lovely. And the area that is between Scotland and England, the little buffer area, which everyone calls the borders, right?
The borders, yes.
Yeah, we're down there. That's a really lovely part of the UK. And so the drive is gorgeous. All these rolling hills, pastures, just absolutely gorgeous. A lot of windmills, too, as we got further down south, which we like.
Can I just say, I love a good windmill farm. I look at those and I was I love it. I love seeing them. And they're turning slowly. And as they turn, I'm that's energy right there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I'm not just saying that because I like what it produces. I actually like them. I think they look cool and they look very futuristic without being out of place. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. Well, they look to me
I don't understand how people get so mad at them.
They look to me like the green version of the future.
Yes.
Right. I forget what that's called. There's so many punk. Solar punk, maybe?
No, or this is the
green punk. This is
Star Trek path versus the Mad Max path.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I love to see it. And we also drove past a really cool, it was we saw a battery bank. The we think was for the solar field, not the solar field, the windmill farm next door, where I guess they just The windmills just fill up the batteries, and then they were hooked up to the grid. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool, but really pretty. Long story short, though, we have a similar story to a lot of people in Scotland, where we saw some of the eclipse, but not all of the eclipse due to cloud cover.
Yeah, we got to see. You got, I think, a nice photo of just a partial obstruction right there over the sun, and then the clouds rolled in, and we're like, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah. The thing that I got a photo of, which we'll have to use for the thumbnail, though, is as we were heading back to Scotland, the road side signs that say like arrow this way for this highway that goes to Glasgow, Edinburgh, and the
North.
The North, in all capital letters, the North.
It's like someone's shouting it. They want to make sure you know you're going to the North. So I was like, oh, I get it. George R.R. Martin went on a road trip.
I guess so. I didn't know it was actually called the North.
It's like, they're the White Walkers be.
It's like someone in King's Landing shouting it or something like that. The North. But yeah, so it was a good trip. I like the fact that you and I can get in a car together for 7 hours there, 7 hours back, 14 hours in one day. And we did fine. We spent 80% of our time together, I think, and it's no big deal for us to just like hang out and chat all day. I love it.
It's nice when you pass a relationship test.
Is that a big one as a road trip?
I think so. Well, I think being in a like confined space together, like just you guys for a long time, and it's gonna tell you what kind of relationship you have, and I think we have a good one.
The goal of yesterday was, we've talked about this before, but we finally pulled the trigger on our completely data-driven purchase. We traded in our Volvo, which was a hybrid, and we're now back to full EV. So we got after doing so many calculations on so many different things and taking recommendations and reading, I think, every like consumer report on vehicles and EVs in 2026, we decided on a Hyundai. I say Hyundai. I feel like I've always said Hyundai. Is that how you say it?
It's how you say it in your accent. I think it might be Hyundai.
Hyundai.
But that's fine. You know
Hyundai.
What? If you say Hyundai, I'm going to know what you're talking about.
I love that I chose a car that I can't pronounce. That is very on brand for me. And a lot of people are like, why would you trade a Volvo in for a Hyundai? But it was completely data-driven, this purchase. It's an interesting way to go about it. And so we drove down there to get it because the one that you found was down right outside of Leeds, if you want to see how far the trip we took was. And so we drove down there 7 hours there, 7 hours back. So now I'm really happy because we're on a mission to be. You can never be completely fossil fuel free. You can't do that because the car has plastic in it or whatever. But we're doing our best to get as little fossil fuels as possible, like solar, everything.
Doing what we can, like
we charge our car
panels
via the sun.
Yeah, the sun is like it's right there, and if you're like the car goes zoom because the sun, that's awesome.
Like every environmental discussion, when you say you try to be fossil fuel free, people always go, wait. Listen, we're not saying we're perfect. We're not saying that. What we're saying is that we're better than all of you. That's what we're saying. Like every other environmental thing. The person saying is, listen, I'm just better. I'm just better. Yeah, so all EV. And this was a big step for us because we had a full EV car when we lived in Austin. Now, though, we're in a different situation where range is a much bigger deal, and you had range anxiety from using an EV before.
I did. Very early on when you had the Tesla, I had the opportunity to go down to NASA in Houston, which is like a 2.5 hour drive from Austin.
You're doing an interview for the No, right?
Yeah. They were doing like influencer tours and stuff like that. So I got to go down and take a bunch of pictures of NASA equipment. It was really awesome. And I was like, this is a perfect range test for the Tesla. And so I took it down and immediately regretted it because I found myself like charging at this bank of Tesla chargers like in the back of a motel.
Behind a motel with nothing around. And
it took like an hour and a half to charge this thing. And I was like, man, the drive is 2.5 hours. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
And so it was not the best first road trip experience in an EV. And so, of course, we thought this time when we buy an EV, the first thing we should do is drive it for 7 hours straight. That's going to be great for our range anxiety.
Well, we would know if we hated it. I remember when you took that trip down to League City, south of Houston, and you're like, this will be great. It'll be a great adventure. We'll figure out, the car only does like 200 miles on a charge. That's what it had back then. But we could stop along the way and get the supercharger. It'll go so fast and everything. And then as soon as you got back, you were like, you got out of the car, walked away.
I'm never doing that again.
I'm never taking that car ever anywhere again. I was like, yo, that didn't work out well. But this was great because the range is much farther. We won't talk too much about this. I'm sure we'll be talking about this car in the future, but the chargers are everywhere now.
It was great.
We're talking like 300 kilowatt chargers that can push like, we could do 25% of the battery in like 10 to 15 minutes. It's crazy.
It was pretty impressive how quickly we could get range back and how spoiled for choice we were with chargers. It's basically every rest stop also had these expansive racks.
They put them next to stuff
chargers
now, right? They used to build them like the battery
behind
bank.
a motel.
Yeah, or like for the windmill farm, or that's where you'd end up at a windmill farm, nothing around.
Just plugging yourself into a windmill.
Yeah, you're just sitting there doing nothing for 40 minutes. But now it's like we just plug in, we went and got food and everything. They have these really cool rest stops here with all these like little different things. Like you got Chinese food and I got Burger King. I got a Whopper, which was nice. That's like my go-to.
A classic.
Like if I want to have like, I'm missing America, have a Whopper. I don't know why. I don't eat Whoppers when I'm in the U.S. It's weird. But it's the one they get the most consistent over here. It's a really strange thing.
So it feels like home even if it wasn't your favorite thing.
Exactly. And I remember I walked out, we were walking back to the car and I go, this is really cool and really easy. I said, Ashley, who knew the great American road trip is alive and well in the UK? And you looked at me and say, don't say stuff like that in public.
There were a lot of people around like charging their cars and going on adventures. And I'm sure they're like, Jesus Christ, this guy. But it was great to have the opportunity because we don't do a drive like that pretty much ever. And so we got to knock off a lot of bucket list sightseeing while we were doing this trip because for whatever reason, the shortest route from like up from the north of England involves going like west to Glasgow, which we don't get to very often. And then up in our direction. And so we got to see a lot of things that we don't normally get to see. For example, we got to see the Treenis.
We got to see the Treenis, which there was two landmarks. Yours was we had to go see the Treenis. Do you want to explain what that is?
Yeah. So in Scotland, the forestry industry is really big, and they grow these like these quick growing pine trees, and then they clear cut them for lumber. Or
they'll be like on a hill, there'll be a long line of trees, which is massive, but you can see it from afar. And there can be wind breaks. They just break, the wind like cutting across that hill.
Yeah. So, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago, whenever someone decided to pull the prank that everyone pulls the first time they draw something or have access to, any sort of
forge mode in Halo, anything that they construct.
If you can like change the layout of a thing, the first thing you do, you draw a dick. Someone planted this entire like crop of trees in the shape of a gigantic dick on the hillside.
On a hill facing the freeway. It's very intentional.
It's beautiful. Like. It's like a national monument, honestly.
That's a lot of commitment. That's more than just like drawing on your book cover. That's like, that's
this
planning.
Is a 30, 40 year prank.
That involves satellites and GPS.
However, the Treenis has now matured and they're clear cutting it.
Yeah.
They started from the tip. And so, we got to see that. We haven't got to see the full Treenis. That's the real tragedy here. But we did get to see it while it still exists. We drove by and went, look, it's the Treenis.
Well, maybe it had been in the pool, Ashley. It's really cold in the pool.
It's just feeling shy.
But that was your landmark. And the landmark that I wanted to see along the way, which since we were going by Glasgow, was there is how would you describe this? A convenience store.
Snack mecca.
That I had seen probably like on social media somewhere. And I saw it because they had a row of something like, no joke, like 80 slushy machines, like of every different variety.
I think they might have more than that.
And I remember I bookmarked this place because it's called Tubbee's, Tubbee apostrophe
I think
S.
it's Tubbee apostrophe S.
It's Tubbee? Oh, no wonder I had so much trouble looking it up in the car yesterday. But you'll find it if you try to find it. It's right outside
appropriately named, by the way.
There's now like 4 or 5 locations. It's like a growing chain and everything like that. And I bookmarked it because I saw all the slushy machines and I thought, wow, that the kids would go ape for that. I have to, if we're ever down by Glasgow with the kids, we got to stop at this place. And of course, I made sure to go there the first time we didn't have the kids. So now I know really why I bookmarked it, because I wanted to go there.
But it's like, man, it has everything. It's like if you went down the list and you checked off like everything that you would want, like if you were like to be like, where do we go for snacks? It has them all.
Right. And we're on a road trip, right? And I got to try at this place, the Viking Berry Monster, which was recommended to me by people in the comments.
You're on a real monster journey now. This is great.
Dude, they had every single variant of monster there, probably, right? I mean, it was one of those things where it's basically one of the coolers is just all the different monsters and things like that. There was so many different kinds of Dr. Pepper, like blackberry Dr. Pepper.
I saw they had Werner's ginger ale for you. They had like an entire
they had Sunset Sarsaparilla, which I didn't know was a real drink. I guess Jones Soda Company makes that.
What?
That's from Fallout New Vegas.
Is that why you bought it?
That's why I bought it. Yeah, I've got it. I'll take a photo of that one too. Yeah, I didn't know they made that actual drink.
That's fantastic.
What is a sarsaparilla?
It's a lot. It tastes a lot like root beer, except it's like spicier on the tongue. A little bit. It's less sweet than root beer.
Oh, so it's not a plant. Like you're not harvesting the sarsaparilla and squeezing it for juice.
No, I mean no. It is made, of course, with a plant. Yes, but it's not made from like the rare sarsaparilla that you just like catch in the wild.
Can we grow some sarsaparilla? That'd be great to grow.
You want to make some sarsaparilla?
Two things I want to see in my life. I want to see a sarsaparilla plant and I want to see a sesame plant. I've only ever seen the sesame seeds. What the fuck does a sesame look like?
Are you sure you want that? Because then you end up in like really weird situations where you're like, what do you mean the pineapple grows upside down?
That's a Mitch Hedberg joke, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never seen a sesame.
Oh, I see.
That's my Mitch Hedberg impression.
But this place was so great. They had like a row of Cheetos. And I don't mean like, here's the aisle where you find Cheetos. I mean, it was an aisle of Cheetos.
They had like every flavor of chip. Like you like Lay's potato chips. This was a road trip, by the way. I had to stop drinking. I did like the Viking Berry Monster, but I had to stop drinking it because it was a sugar one.
No. Road trip, when you're on the road, the rules are out the window. The rules don't exist. Like if you have been like watching yourself, like I've been trying to eat healthy, not on a road trip, baby. On a road trip, anything goes.
I just want to point out that I started this conversation by saying that I stopped drinking the sugar drink. The rules go out the window for Ashley. That's what I think happens. You got very happy in this place because every kind of candy.
They had all the Lay's. It was great, and they had Lay's from I don't know. They must have had them from a bunch of different markets because did you notice they not only did they have cheese Lay's?
I never heard of that. What are cheese Lay's?
They also had fromage Lay's,
right?
Which is somehow different
from the French market. Actually, they're totally different. The fromage one. You just open it. It's like a couple of Lay's at the bottom of the bag, and then a few cigarettes just thrown in there. That's all it is. Hot cup of coffee.
They're the ones that judge you.
Right, exactly. You shouldn't be eating these fat Americans. But yeah, so we went in there, and it's so hard to describe this place. I tried to describe it to you a couple different ways as we were leaving. It was almost like, when all the things we're saying, that's it. There's like nothing else. There's like just rows and rows of snack aisles. There's a guy in the corner making hoagies, like at a little booth. Next to him is a lady at a full ice cream bar. This is all at like 10 p.m. at night, by the way.
Like on the scale of like a Baskin-Robbins. You want 31 flavors of ice cream? She's got them.
There's a whole wall of vapes, right? It's like everything that a guy who's between 18 and 25, everything that he would want is in this store and nothing else. That's it. Like, is there milk in that store anywhere?
Only if it's flavored like kumquat. It's like only if it's weird, it's probably there.
Right. Like they have the blue milk from Star Wars. That's the only milk that they have in that place. But I said to you, it's almost like they sat down to make a business plan. They said, okay, let's plan what we want to do for the store. But first, let's get really stoned before we do that. And
it is like that.
Then they came up with everything that they need for that. Then I finally settled on what it was. That store is the midnight launch store. That if there's a midnight launch for a big video game, you go in there and they have everything that you want except for the video game, right? Like you get everything.
It's got all the supplies.
Everything you need for an amazing night. And then you go get the video game and you spend the night having an incredible night eating all this crap and playing video games.
And the thing is that the business model worked too. We were there pretty late by the time we came through. It was getting close to closing and it was still packed. And even as we were leaving, more cars were driving up to get their last minute snacks for the night.
And we knew they were driving up because I've never seen a business that had a higher density of vehicles with modified mufflers in my life pulling into the parking lot.
It was a lot. Was it a club or is that just Glasgow?
I think it was just the demographic that they were young guys, right, who have lousy cars with like tricked out mufflers and stuff like that.
We were the oldest people in that store by decades.
Because everyone else dies after they shop there. Nobody makes a second trip if they're over 30. Also, it made me mad because this place has 4 stars on Google Maps. Listen, whoever knocked off that star, that's a you problem. This store is perfect. That star
it's a
that's
reflection
missing
on you.
Exactly. You're the one missing the star, pal. Great place. I highly recommend Tubby's if you ever go through there. What an amazing experience that was.
It was pretty fun.
Who serves ice cream at 10 p.m.? Who would want that? She was working too. The girls,
there was a whole line of like girls like waiting for ice cream.
She was ready to work. She was there. And like I'll post some of the photos of it. It's like it's genuinely, I think it's like 80 slushy machines. How would you clean all those slushy machines?
Well, that's the fun part. You probably don't.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
If you keep them running for 24 hours, do you have to clean them?
Yeah, but should we say we didn't see the eclipse? So we were
didn't.
driving to this lovely landscape. We saw the first part of it, but we got a really cool experience where these awesome landscapes, we got to see them with eclipse light. I don't know how else to put that.
I don't know how to describe the light. It was just like the sun went dim because it was like we got to see the little bit and then the clouds came over. And so the whole experience was just like the light got kind of yellow and it got really flat. And it was really dim.
It felt really cool to see that. And then it was behind the clouds. A lot of people in Scotland did experience cloud cover for the eclipse, which is unfortunate. I also feel like we're being part of the problem by talking about the clouds. People have this vision that the UK is like constantly gray and sunless. Where we live, it's not that way, but it was that day on the day that mattered, right?
Right.
Which is what happens sometimes.
It's like, so well done, Scotland. You just reinforced your own stereotype.
Yeah, and poor Ashley, like we actually pulled over so we could see the eclipse, and then the biggest cloud went in front of it, and I'm busy like looking at the charger with literally a stopwatch and a calculator going, look how many kilowatts just came on in the last 10 seconds and all this stuff. I was really data drunk yesterday. But
I'm like, look, the sun is gone. And you're like, but this charger's fast.
So what was the what do you think is the good strategy for a 7-hour road trip there and back? We tried a bunch of different methodologies. Like you drove for 3 hours, then I drove for 3 hours. We did half and half on the way down. But on the way back up, we basically every hour to hour and a half, we swapped out.
I think that worked better.
Yeah, I like that too.
Mostly because it was fine doing the 3 hours at the beginning of the journey, but by the end, your whole body's just tired of sitting. And so the more frequent changeovers worked so nice to just like get like a good stretch. And I was doing jumping jacks during one of our like changeovers. We're just standing behind the cars. Other cars are coming by, just jumping and stretching out. It was fantastic.
Yeah, who's that lady jumping up and down with M&Ms in one hand and Cheetos in the other?
The rules are out the window, Bernie. It's
Weird
a road
lady.
trip.
Oh, yeah, Ashley's version of a stretch. She goes stretch, and then when her hands come back in the frame, it's like, how did I get this American root beer slushy? Yeah,
it was delicious.
You were killing it yesterday. So now, what are you doing today? You're like
now I'm paying for it.
Yeah, you're gonna go back and like just do your protein drinks today. Is that today?
Yeah, today's gonna be like protein drinks. I'm gonna exercise.
You have a whole methodology. Ashley, whenever she has like a bender day, like I know exactly what your next 2 days are gonna look like.
It's gonna look like I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna lift some weights. I'm going to eat, do a bunch of like protein drinks, and I'm gonna treat myself to a trip to the sauna.
Well, we've got an obligation, Ashley. We got to be the people over 30 who lived long enough to go to 3 visits to Tubby's. We'll set the record for it.
There's gonna be a picture of us of like, don't allow these people in.
All right, Ashley, who's going on the road trip with us next time?
I want to say shout out to our passengers, DKS the Wanderer and Edwin Tate. Thank you both so much for sponsoring this episode of our show at patreon.com/morningsomewhere and roosterteeth.com.
All right, well, that does it for us today, August 13th, 2026. We will be back talking to you tomorrow. We hope you will be here as well.
Bye, everybody.